When the wealthy, influential, and often larger-than-life figures from the entertainment industry find themselves on the wrong side of the law, the public's reaction is often divided. Some express empathy, recognizing the gravity of incarceration, while others see it as just desserts. Recently, Sean "Diddy" Combs, the prolific music mogul and entrepreneur, received fresh attention after his attorney provided rare insights into the harsh realities of prison life. Beyond the public persona, these stories expose a system marked by emotional strain, rigid structure, and unique challenges. For many, prison is an unfathomable concept, an institution that represents the end of freedom, a world dominated by isolation, hardship, and strict routine. Combs' attorney, drawing on experiences representing high-profile clients,
We have no power. All we can do is show good faith. He got on a plane and he came here. And if he stayed here for 1 day before the case started, or for 1 year before the case started, he was going to stay as long as he needed to stay.
shared his observations on the most roughest aspects of prison life. Here, we dive into the broader issues of incarceration through these insights, offering a window into the untold struggles of prisoners and what Combs' attorney believes to be some of the most mentally and emotionally grueling aspects of time behind bars. Prison life is nothing like what's often depicted in television dramas. For those who have lived in the public eye, such as Sean Combs, the transition from luxury to stark confinement can be a brutal adjustment. Prison routines often strip away individuality and can feel like an endless cycle of repetitive tasks. According to Combs' attorney, one of the biggest challenges in prison is the sheer loss of control.
Did you speak to Mr. Combs?
I speak to him all the time. Yeah. I spoke to him.
What's his reaction to everything that's happened?
We knew this was coming. I mean, he moved to New York, as I think some of you guys know. We brought him to New York about 2 weeks ago because we knew this day was going to come.
Incarcerated individuals are no longer masters of their own time, schedule, or choices. Instead, the day is broken down into routine slots, each decision predetermined by institutional rules. The monotony of prison life can lead to what many inmates describe as a mental numbness, as weeks blend into months and months blend into years. Even basic elements of personal choice, like when to eat, shower, or have a private moment, are dictated by prison staff. For high-profile figures used to a degree of autonomy, this loss can be especially jarring. For any incarcerated person, family connections are a lifeline, but maintaining them can be particularly challenging. Combs' attorney noted that limited access to phone calls, letters, and in-person visits makes it difficult for inmates to stay connected to the outside world. While some prisons have embraced digital platforms to enable video calls, they're costly and restrictive, leaving many inmates to rely on occasional phone calls or heavily monitored visitations. The absence of family and friends can lead to feelings of isolation and abandonment. Even for the wealthiest individuals, prison limits their access to support, a stark departure from a life where a call, a quick text, or a meeting with loved ones is easily available. For people like Combs, this barrier underscores the feeling of separation from the world they once dominated. For the incarcerated, privacy is almost non-existent. Combs' attorney pointed out that many people, especially those unaccustomed to close scrutiny, find the constant surveillance to be one of the hardest parts of prison life. This feeling of exposure comes not only from security cameras, but also from staff monitoring their every move. Showers, personal conversations, and other private moments are typically within view of guards, which can create a heightened sense of vulnerability and discomfort. Psychologists have noted that a lack of privacy often exacerbates feelings of powerlessness and anxiety among inmates. With no safe space to retreat and reflect, those incarcerated must live with the weight of knowing that every aspect of their behavior is being watched. For high-profile inmates, the fear of judgment and exploitation can make it even harder to adjust, as they become hyper-aware of how every action might be perceived. Despite the glamorized images of celebrities having infinite resources, money doesn't stretch far in prison. Combs' attorney highlights that for incarcerated individuals, even basics, like hygiene products, phone access, or additional food, come with high costs. Prisons often have commissary systems where inmates can purchase necessities, but they charge inflated prices, often turning small essentials into financial burdens. Moreover, there's a disparity in access to resources. While some may be able to afford certain privileges, others cannot, creating an environment of unequal access. Although celebrities like Combs may have better financial resources, they are still limited by the institution's rules and regulations. The result is a place where money does not guarantee comfort, and the financial strain of buying necessities is felt acutely by all but the wealthiest inmates. In many prisons, access to quality healthcare is extremely limited. For people of high social status, this lack of medical attention can be a shocking realization. Combs' attorney stressed that inadequate healthcare is a universal issue across most correctional facilities, often impacting an inmate's physical and mental health over time. Medical appointments, if granted, are brief and often treated with minimal regard for the inmate's comfort or privacy. In addition, prison is often an unsafe environment.
I think he came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid.
Many inmates live in constant fear of confrontation with other prisoners or staff, particularly if they are seen as different due to fame or wealth. Fights can break out at any moment, and for public figures, their high profile can make them a target. The attorney noted that, in prison, even minor disputes can escalate into violent altercations. The confined spaces, lack of personal freedom, and continuous interaction with potentially hostile individuals can make every day feel like a challenge to simply stay safe and healthy. Entering prison can strip away more than freedom. It can also take away identity. Prisoners are often reduced to a number, their names becoming secondary to their case or inmate number. For those who have lived in the spotlight, this loss can be a painful reminder of their fall from grace. Combs' attorney revealed that this feeling of erasure, where one's identity is reshaped and simplified into just another inmate, is one of the most heartbreaking aspects for many inmates. Moreover, stigma persists both inside and outside prison walls. High-profile prisoners often face harsh scrutiny from the public, and their reputations may be forever tarnished. This external judgment can lead to internalized shame, making it difficult for inmates to maintain a sense of self-worth and purpose. Many turn to introspection and self-discovery, but the environment can make it difficult to cultivate positive change or see a path forward. For people like Sean Combs and others with high profiles, incarceration often extends beyond just the physical experience. When they're released, they face the challenge of rebuilding reputation, reestablishing financial stability, and dealing with any pending legal matters. Combs' attorney pointed out that high-profile individuals face intense media scrutiny post-incarceration, with every public appearance or statement evaluated through the lens of their past actions. This can complicate their re-entry into society and put additional strain on their relationships and careers. Moreover, the financial toll of incarceration does not end at release. Legal fees, fines, and other expenses continue to mount, often requiring a significant readjustment in lifestyle to cover the costs. For many, this readjustment may mean accepting new work opportunities, speaking engagements, or even returning to public life with a focus on transparency and self-improvement to help regain their footing. What does the future hold? As Combs' attorney highlighted, the impact of prison goes well beyond the time spent behind bars. Incarcerated individuals must contend with the emotional, physical, and financial aftershocks of their experience, often facing stigma and a lasting sense of displacement upon re-entering society. Public attention on these issues has sparked calls for reform and greater awareness of the need for better mental health support, fairer commissary prices, and more humane treatment of prisoners. As more high-profile figures openly discuss their experiences, they have the potential to create meaningful conversations that may eventually lead to positive change within the system. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, inside out.